What's going on, boys? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the ultimate guide to lose 20 pounds in 3 months without going skinny fat, okay? And obviously, you came to watch this video to actually learn. You're not here to like mess around. So just bring out a pen and paper to actually take some notes. And if you're playing this in the background, just save this video for later because I want your full focus on the actual video, okay? And if you're wondering, bro, why should I even listen to you? Like, who are you, man? So this picture on the left, this is me. I was really fat, really out of shape. I had that like weird skinny fat physique where I didn't have any muscles on me. I had some weird arms, but I still had a gut. I still had that weird love handles, that beer belly, whatever you guys call it, okay? And this is me now, okay? I know my hair changed a little bit, but I just got a perm, okay? But yeah, this is me. I have a pretty nice lean tone physique. I'm not the biggest bodybuilder in the world, but obviously we're not looking for that. We just want to look nice toned so that we can have the confidence and the energy that we want, okay? And these are the three things that I'm going to be talking about in this video. We're going to understand calories in and calories out. We're going to understand proper strength. All right, what the hell? We're going to understand proper strength training for muscle growth and the daily habits to start doing, okay? So, first things first is like, what even is calories in and calories out? Why do people always talk about, oh, calorie deficit, calorie deficit? I'm sure that's all you guys hear. And it's the truth, right? In order to actually lose weight, you need to eat less calories than your body burns, okay? So we need to understand that everybody has a different calorie maintenance, okay? So how can you find your calorie maintenance? Just use a TDE calculator. It's a free online calorie calculator. I just use this one right here. You could just search it up online, or whatever you want to use, just use that, okay? And on that site right here, you'll just put in your gender, age, weight, height, and just leave the activity level as sedentary. You might say like, yo, bro, what do you mean sedentary? Like, I go for walks, I do sports. Bro, just leave it as sedentary. Trust me, just leave it, okay? And as soon as you get that, it's gonna give you your calorie maintenance, okay? TDEE actually stands for total. Bro, I suck at spelling, okay? Total daily energy expenditure. Bro, I'm gonna spell this wrong. Expenditure. Bro, you guys get the point, right? It's your total daily energy expenditure, okay? That's the amount of calories your body uses each day, okay? So your calorie maintenance, if you eat the same amount of calories per day, or you eat within your calorie maintenance, what's going to happen is that, let me erase this real fast. Okay. So if you eat the same amount of calories per day as your calorie maintenance, you're gonna stay the same. You're gonna stay the same weight. Okay. If you eat within a deficit, if you eat less calories than your body burns per day, you're gonna lose weight. Okay. If you eat within a surplus, surplus, you're going to gain weight. Okay. So obviously you clicked on this video because you want to lose weight. Okay. So there's actually two options that you can do right now. You can either eat within the same calorie maintenance or eat within a deficit. But obviously, if you want to lose the weight and you don't want to stay the same weight, you eat within a deficit so you can lose the weight, okay? 1 pound of fat. I'm sure you guys want to lose 20 pounds of fat. 1 pound of fat is about 3,500 calories, 3,500 calories, okay? And 20 pounds of fat is the amount of calories. 20 pounds of fat is the amount of weight you want to lose. And that's about 70,000 calories, okay? You might seem like, what the? But you just gotta relax, okay? 70,000 calories is about 800 calories per day, if we divided it by the week, the month, and the days, whatever, okay? About 800 calories. And you're probably wondering, wait, if my calorie maintenance is 2,200 calories, does that mean I have to eat 800 calories less than that? No, not really, okay? What you can do instead is you can eat 300 to 500 calories less per day. And right here, I got you guys. I got some sauce, okay? Go on the treadmill every single day. Treadmill every single day, okay? Go on a 12 incline, 2.5 speed, and for 30 minutes, okay? And using this format right here, treadmill, 12 incline, 2.5 speed for 30 minutes, you're going to lose approximately 300 calories, maybe less, maybe more. It really depends, right? So if you want to lose the 800 calories, just do 500 calories less, eat 500 calories less than your calorie maintenance, plus the daily treadmill cardio, okay? And you'll be losing the 800 calories per day, and you'll actually lose the 20 pounds within the next 3 months, okay? If you're wondering how much calories or how much weight do I lose per day, just aim to lose about 1 to 2 pounds per week. And if you're losing less than that, you have to bump up the cardio a little more or eat more in a deficit. But if you're losing like 5 pounds per week, if you're really really out of shape, then that's completely fine. But if you feel like you're losing muscle, you're losing energy, bump up your calories a little bit to make sure that you don't lose too much weight. Okay, that's the goal right there. Lose about 1 to 2 pounds per day, and you're gonna lose the 20 pounds. But the thing is, if you lose the 20 pounds, you're still gonna have that skinny, fat, weird physique because you didn't really build any muscle. So we're gonna be talking about the proper strength training for muscle growth to make sure that you don't lose muscle and you actually keep your muscle mass and even build more. Okay, to grow muscle, right? In order to grow your muscle, you need what's called progressively overloading. Okay, that basically means each week, right, you want to add more sets, more reps, or more weight. Okay, let's say this week you went on the bench press. Okay, you did 135 pounds for 8 reps. Okay, next week you can do 140 pounds for maybe 6 reps, or yeah, 140 pounds for 6 reps, and you progressively overloaded. Okay, if you do 135 pounds for 9 reps, then you progressively overloaded. Okay, this one we added more weight, this one we added more reps. But let's say you did 135 pounds again for 8 reps and you couldn't do one more. Okay, what you have to do is just add more sets. So just do another set of this. Okay, that's all you have to do. And what that's going to do is, you'll actually build more muscle and you'll keep your muscle mass. Because at the end of the day, man, like, how do you know you're building more muscle? When you're pushing more weight, when you're, right, muscle, in order to push the weight, you're building more muscle, okay? And obviously, um, as far as your protein intake, eat about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. 1 gram per pound of body weight, okay? So if you're 180 pounds right now, right, eat about 180 grams of protein, okay? I can type actually. So protein actually keeps you more full and satiated. Guys, my spelling, man. So protein actually keeps you more full and satiated. Okay, so if I give you a pound of donuts compared to a pound of ground beef, you'll feel more full and satiated from the pound of ground beef. So make sure within your protein intake, you're hitting that 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Scientifically, and like with the science studies, all you really need is about 0.7 grams per pound of body weight, or like 0.8. But it's not that hard to eat 1 gram. So try to shoot for that 1 gram. But if you are a little less than that 1 gram, it's completely fine. You can shoot for the 0.7 or 0.8 grams. And you're probably wondering, what about my fats, carbs, and carbs and protein, okay? So as far as your fats, eat about 0.3 to 0.5 grams of fats per pound of body weight. Per pound of body weight. All right, 0.3 to 0.5 grams of fats per pound of body weight. And as far as your protein intake, let's just do 0.7 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. And as far as your carbs, just fill in the rest of your calories with carbs, okay? Fat is going to, make sure that your hormones are perfectly fine and you feel good, right? You have the energy and stuff. And honestly, man, like if you guys see like these little scars on my face, I actually used to have like really, really bad acne. Now it's starting to get better simply because I ate my healthy fats. Carbs don't make you fat at all. Okay? Carbs are used as energy at the gym. That's the reason why I have, 2 tablespoons of honey right before the gym. Take it right before the gym, and boom, I get a nice quick pump in order to use that energy at the gym. Okay? And protein, helps maintain and build more muscle. I'm sure you guys know that already. And you're probably wondering, how do I even track my calories? How do I track all this? There's this app, man. It's free. It's called MyFitnessPal. You'll be tracking all of your calories on there. And a little tip for you guys: make sure to track your food not cooked and not raw. Okay. The reason why is because raw chicken breast, for example, it's gonna have some water on it, and it's not gonna be as accurate. But with cooked version, you have a more accurate version of tracking the calories. Okay. So now we know, right? The protein, fats, and carbs, and all of that. But what about the sets and reps? Okay. Each workout, each working, I meant to put workout. Okay. Each workout usually do about 2 to 3 sets per workout and around 6 to 8 reps. Okay. Your last rep on each workout or each set should be pushed to failure or near failure. That basically means, man, like you couldn't do one more or you only had one more left in the tank. And that's how you know that you're actually pushing yourself. Okay. A lot of people, they say like 4 sets of 12 to tone up the muscles. That's completely wrong. Okay. You need to progressively overload and actually train with intensity. And if you're scared to look too bulky, I promise you that's not gonna happen. Okay. You're not gonna get too bulky. Okay. And let's say you do 9 reps, 10 reps of a certain weight, just bump up the weight and do what I told you guys. Okay. Progressively overload. And if you're probably wondering what is my workout split right now, your workout split does not matter at all. Okay. If you're at the gym 3 days out of the week for 45 minutes and you're progressively overloading, you're going to build muscle. Okay. That's all you really need. But I currently run a 5-day workout split. Okay. I'm giving you guys so much value right now. It's actually crazy. So, day one is my push day. I hit my chest, tricep, and shoulders. The reason why I hit chest, tricep, shoulders on push day is because when you're pushing stuff, you're using your shoulders, your chest, and a little bit of triceps. Okay. So I do incline dumbbell bench press for my upper chest fly for my middle pec. And this incline dumbbell press actually targets your upper chest and your middle chest and your lower pec. Okay. It's the hardest part to grow. That's the reason why I try to train it as hard. And for your triceps, do tricep push downs and overhead extensions. Obviously, the 2 times 8 just means 2 sets of 8 reps, 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Okay. And as far as your shoulders, just hit some lateral raises on your push day. And if you're wondering like, why don't I do shoulder presses, right? It's because like we don't want to be at the gym for 2+ hours. Okay. We want to be in, we want to be out, because if you're watching this, you're probably a busy working man. But if you have hours and hours to spend at the gym, go ahead and add, more exercises. But I try to use my time as efficiently as I can. And with this incline dumbbell press, you're actually already targeting your shoulders. Day two, I do pull day. I do lat pull downs for my lats, T-bar rolls for my upper back, um, close grip rows for my middle lower back, some bicep curls for my biceps, some hammer curls for the brachialis, something like that. Okay, so your brachialis, um, that it can only be targeted when you do hammer curls. It also targets a little bit of your forearms, and do some rear delt flies. Um, I have my rear delts, which is part of your shoulders, on my back day, because when you're pulling stuff, you're using some of your shoulder. I mean, you're using some of your rear delts, and it helps better that way. Day three, I do leg day. I do hack squats, lying hamstring curls, leg extensions, and calf raises. Okay. For day four, which is upper body, I do incline dumbbell chest press. I do lat pull downs. I do the T-bar rolls, tricep push downs, bicep curls, and rear delt flies. So on my upper day, I just hit one workout per muscle group. Okay. So I do incline dumbbell chest press. I do the lat pull downs and T-bar rolls. I do 2 for my back workouts. I do 1 tricep, 1 bicep, and for my rear delts. Okay. And then the reason why I have my rear delts as 4 sets of 12, and my calf raises as 4 sets of 12, and my lateral raises, simply because I feel it better that way. And whenever I try to shoot for like 6 to 8 reps, I tend to, how do I say this? I tend to have that ego to try to ego lift, okay? And you don't want that. You actually want to grow your muscles, and you're not at the gym to try to impress other people. Day 5 is going to be your lower body, right? It's the same thing as day 3, just hack squats, lying hamstring curls, leg extensions, and calf raises. So make sure you took notes on that, because that's my current workout split. If you want a 3-day workout split, I actually have one in my YouTube channel. Just check it out, okay? So now you guys know how to track your calories and how much calories you need to be eating. And now you know how to properly strength train for muscle growth. So you're not going to watch this video and just not do anything about it. I want you guys to actually start doing some daily habits, okay? To start doing today. The first one is to have protein first at every meal, okay? Aim for at least 30 grams of protein each meal. Have, chicken, beef, fish, eggs, protein shakes. Protein shakes helps a lot. I actually have one like right below me. Second thing to start doing is plan the meals the night before, okay? The reason why you probably tend to overeat or not eat according to your plan is because you lack structure, okay? So what you need to start doing is you have to actually, plan the night before and meal prep your food, okay? If you have the time to actually eat and cook at the same day, then that's fine. But if you don't, meal prep your foods, okay? Third thing is 10 to 15-minute walks after your meals. This is gonna help, your digestion. It's also, bro, what's up with my English, bro? It's gonna help with your digestion. It's gonna lower your blood sugar, and it's gonna help with your overall daily movement. And it's also good to get 10K steps a day, every single day, because that burns about 300 calories in of itself, okay? Fourth thing is to strength train 3 to 4 times weekly. Like I said, you don't really need to be at the gym like, 6 days out of the week, 7 days out of the week. All you really need is like 3 days out of the week, like I said, okay? So, okay, to be completely honest with you guys, okay, I chat GPT this part, okay, and it says stick to big lifts. You don't really need to stick to those freaking big lifts, okay? You really don't. But this right here, strength training, is the most important part, okay? Make sure you're training 3 to 4 times weekly. Fifth thing to start doing is hydrate first thing in the morning. Early morning, every single morning, I have electrolytes, okay? I wake up, grab a scoop of electrolyte powder, and it helps me out get started for the day. Because when you go to sleep and you wake up, you're going to be lightheaded. You're going to feel a little drowsy because you're dehydrated, okay? And sixth thing to start doing is, sleep 7 hours minimum, okay? A lot of people tend to like not actually dial in their sleep, and that's the reason why they can't really get any gains, because gains happen when you're sleeping, bro. And seventh thing to start doing is cut out liquid calories, okay? The Starbucks drink that you had in the morning with your girlfriend, probably a shit ton of calories in that. The little soda pops that you have, there's like 120 calories in that, or 130 around there. So try to make sure that if you're craving soda or whatever, go for black coffee, 0 calorie options like Diet Coke, and that's going to help fulfill your cravings. Number 8 is pack high protein snacks, like beef jerky. I love this beef jerky, protein bars, boiled eggs, and for the busy work days that you have, right, to avoid like snacking on like random stuff. Number 9, this is honestly the most important part, is to track your calories, right, with the MyFitnessPal app. Actually tracking your calories, because how are you going to know that you're actually hitting your protein or hitting your calorie intake or protein intake if you're not tracking your calories? The last thing to start doing is daily stress reset, right? Usually in the morning and at nighttime, I sit right here, I plug in my earphones, and I listen to a daily subliminal. I have my own daily subliminal where I give myself affirmations of who I am and what I'm gonna do for today, and it's just a way to reset my brain and everything. Okay, so yeah, guys, that was the full guide, man, on how to lose 20 plus pounds in 3 months. And if you're trying to make a transformation just like this guy right here, me, right? if you're skinny fat like this and you want to have this physique right here, just book a call with me down below, or you can contact me on Instagram. I post a lot of valuable stuff on there too. And yeah, guys, you guys have a good one. Peace.